everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we'll tell you all about the $4 billion U.S. submarine. So without further ado, let's get started. Designers of Virginia-class submarines have come a long way since the first ideas for them were first thought of in 1998. The Los Angeles-class submarines are being slowly replaced by the Virginia-class. A total of 34 Virginia-class submarines will be bought until 2021. These subs are better at fighting wars because they have more powerful weapons, can turn more quickly, and can hide themselves. They're also full of cutting-edge technologies and new ideas. A Virginia-class submarine's not an easy thing to build. It costs about $3.4 billion and takes about 7 years to complete. The U.S. Navy plans to build 2 to 3 attack submarines of the Virginia-class each year, along with 1 submarine of the Columbia-class each year until around 2035. This is so it can reach its lofty goals for its underwater force. The Virginia-class of submarines can do a lot of different tasks in both open water and near the coast. Some of these tasks are anti-submarine warfare and gathering information. These new submarines will take place of the older Los Angeles-class submarines, some of which have already been taken out of service. The Virginia-class of submarines will be bought until 2043, and they should stay in service until at least 2060. The following types of submarines are expected to keep working until the 2070s. Some submarines in the United States Navy are of the Virginia-class. They're called fast attack boats. They run on nuclear power, and their work can be done in both deep oceans and shallow coastal areas. The people who made these submarines wanted to make them cheaper than the Seawolf-class submarines. Their commanding officer, the executive officer, and the chief of the boat are all jobs that are on every Virginia-class submarine. Taking into account that the U.S. Navy buys 2 Virginia-class submarines every year, each with a Virginia Payload Module or VPM, the real price of each submarine is about $4.3 billion. A request for funds from the government that the Navy made includes plans to buy the 39th and 40th Virginia-class submarines. One of the 2 subs will cost about $5.1 billion to buy in fiscal year 2024, while the other will cost about $4.3 billion. There will be 2 submarines. One will be the Modified Virginia Subsea and Seabed Warfare, Mod VA SSW. Here are the features giving Virginia-class submarines their underwater superiority. Submarines of the Virginia-class have made a lot of improvements over the years that have made them much better at fighting, especially in littoral activities or in shallow water. One of the things that makes the Virginia-class stand out is that it supports special operations troops. Of the subs, one has a torpedo chamber that can be changed into different shapes and sizes to fit a lot of Special Forces members and their gear for long missions. In this way, they make sure they have everything they need for their tasks, even any payloads that will be sent off-board in the future. Since the barrel periscopes were taken off, the ship's control room was moved 1 deck below and away from the ship hull's curve. Because of this change, the commanding officer will have more room and a better layout for tasks related to situational awareness. Additionally, the Virginia-class subs are made with a modular design, an open architecture, and parts that can be bought in stores. Because of this design, new technologies and payloads can be added quickly. This means that the submarines will always be technologically advanced as long as they're in use. A high-energy laser weapon will likely be built into the photonics mast according to open-source budget papers. The Virginia-class submarines will have this weapon. The power of this weapon will be between 300 and 500 kilowatts, which is based on the 30 megawatts that the submarine's engine can handle. We have an edge over even the toughest enemies thanks to this amazing combat system that's stealthy, durable, and flexible. This is a benefit of the Virginia-class. It can stop the Chinese or Russian navies from joining the sea, surprise people with secret targets deep in Eurasia or Africa, and listen in on phone calls of terrorists and tyrants. It can even protect the U.S. from nuclear attacks by getting rid of other countries' key troops at sea. This unique advantage would not be available to any other country in the event of future conflicts because the United States is the only country that wants to build such a large and powerful fleet of attack submarines. In order to keep up with how quickly technology changes, the Navy has upgraded and changed the design of these subs with each new production contract. This process began with the award of the Block 3 contract in 2008. As part of this deal, bow sensors, land attack missile launchers, and other features had to be changed. The Block 5 contract, which was given out in 2019, has led to more technical improvements for the Virginia-class submarines. Because of this deal, the subs can now hit targets on land 3 times better. There are a lot of weapons on board the Virginia-class subs right now, and they can carry up to 37 torpedo-sized weapons, such as Tomahawk cruise missiles. 12 slots are spread out across 2 VLS systems that are mounted on the subs. The new Block 5 submarines, on the other hand, will have 28 spots added to the VLS, which will increase production capacity by 76%. In a strange turn of events, the newest Tomahawk missiles, which are also called Block 5, will make the subs stronger by adding an anti-ship mode to their land attack mode. It's expected that these new weapons will be ready for use before the Virginia Block 5 submarine joins the submarine force. There are 2 Raytheon submarine high data rate or sub-HDR multiband satellite transmission systems on top of the masts of the Virginia-class submarines. The submarines can talk to each other at the same time at both very high frequency or EHF and super high frequency or SHF, thanks to these devices. Because they're connected, submarines are more dangerous. This makes naval operations better by letting important information be shared in real time and groups work together. Following 5 ships were bought by the U.S. Navy in January 2004 under a multi-year contract. Following 5 ships were bought in a bulk buy deal in July 2003. The U.S. Navy gave General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman a $14 billion construction deal in December 2008 to build 8 new submarines. In April 2014, a deal was made for 10 more submarines worth a total of $17.6 billion. This brought the total number of submarines ordered to 28. The people at General Dynamics Electric Boat came up with a plan to start making 2 submarines every year for 5 years. The delivery of these submarines should be complete soon. The Newport News and Electric Boat companies were given a $22 billion deal in December 2019 to build 9 Block 5 submarines. Based on their most recent plans, the U.S. Navy hopes to get these 9 Virginia-class Block 5 submarines between 2025 and 2029. One of the frequently asked questions is, what did the Virginia-class submarines replace? There's a newer type of nuclear-powered attack submarine in the U.S. Navy called the Virginia-class. It replaced the Los Angeles-class. Over the years, it was built as a cheaper and more flexible option to the Seawolf class of submarines. Even though the Seawolf class subs had amazing abilities, they were too expensive and didn't have enough flexibility, especially after the fall of the Soviet Union and changes in the global threat scene. After the Cold War ended, the U.S. Navy needed subs that could do a number of different jobs for less money. Because of this, submarines of the Virginia class were built. After only 3 ships were built in the Seawolf class, production stopped. Instead, focus shifted to the Virginia class. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment down your thoughts on this, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.